Hello and welcome to Versus Live. I'm Ross Merriam.
I'm Corey Baumeister.
And we've got Dan, the man with a plan but no voice, in the booth. Say hi, Dan, very loudly. Project so everybody can hear.
I said it.
I did
a robo voice.
Nice.
Hi,
nice.
Dan.
Dan will be taking all of your questions, comments, concerns, and burns in the chat. Make sure you tag at Star City Games so he can see them and send his favorites over to us. We are wrapping up our MTG Worlds preview episode with, as we said before the break, two of the more unique decks in the room. I'm on Chris Kavartek's Temur Reclamation list, playing 4 mandate copies of Nissa Shakes the World, so kind of ramping, like really trying to go over the top.
Yeah.
You get to, your lands have produced 2 mana already, and you get to untap them all on the end step. It's going to make for some really big explosions.
Yeah.
I hope this room is explosion proof so we don't harm anyone outside.
Otherwise, we're going to need some expansion.
And you are playing Azorius Control once again, but a very different list.
Yeah, this is this Turov Severin's list I think is really good as well. But I mean, this is one of the goats, if not the goat. Paulo Vitor, Dama De Rosa, as well as Strotsky, part of the Czech house, Czech testing team who break it very often, decided to play this. Not all the cards make sense to me. I haven't played it yet, but I am completely assuming that they have ran the numbers plenty of times, and they're pretty prepared for this, so I'll be very interested. And this is a matchup I was always afraid of. So I wanted to put this as a matchup. This is the one thing I said when we were building the show. I want to see this because I want to see if this version has kind of solved the problems that I was struggling with in the matchup. So.
And that, to me, is the reason to want to move to this style.
Yeah.
Because strategically, being a control deck that doesn't have to tap out as often on its main phase is going to make you better against Reclamation.
Yeah.
You want to be that more counterspell-oriented deck, especially if they go towards a flash game with Nightpack Ambusher.
Yeah.
So, Thirst for Meaning is a card that you can hold up with Absorb, cast it, pitch a dead Birth of Melitis that you don't want to cast later, or even an Elspeth Conqueror's Death that you don't think you're going to have time to tap out for. We're playing a very traditional 90s style control deck here. We've got our 1-win condition in a Dream Trawler.
We got two. We got Archon Sun's Grace in the main
one
deck.
Archon as well.
Yeah.
Okay. They've doubled the number of requisite win conditions here in this version, but the games are going to go long. And I just want to get into it.
Let's do it. Let's battle. This is my pick to win. And if I had to pick one of them, I would pick the GOAT PV, even though Strotsky has just been playing phenomenally, and he's just crushing it. But this is my pick. I want to see one of them win it.
You're not the only one. Jean-Emmanuel Duprat was tweeting the other day. I think maybe this morning even saying that he thinks that their list is the best deck in the tournament.
Really?
In the field, yeah.
Okay.
Well,
I mean, it still plays some of the busted cards that I know and love, so I like it.
Okay.
How's your hand?
My hand is very good, actually.
Yeah, I'm gonna keep mine's okay. We got a little bit of a problem, but
I will start. I guess I'll just start with the Temple.
Okay.
We'll scry, and I think I like this card because of their build.
Okay.
If I was playing in stock blue-white, I don't think I would have kept.
I will take 2 and pass to you.
I will play an island and pass.
All right. Untap. Draw. All right. I will go land. Go.
On your end step, I will go Spiral.
Growth Spiral. Now, am I supposed to care about this? Maybe. But probably not. That resolves.
Okay. I will put a Stomping Ground onto the battlefield.
Alrighty.
Go to my turn?
Yep.
And let's play another Temple.
Okay.
That can go to the bottom and pass the turn.
All right, I'll play an Omen.
That's fine.
I will scry. I just want to make sure I hit my land drop, so I'm going to take that. Draw for this. Now is the question, do I want to try to play something here? I kind of think I have to, but then I just get destroyed if you have, like, Counterspell into Nissa. So I don't think it's really worth it, so I'll just say go.
On your end step, I will cast Brazen Borrower.
Crazy B. Yep, that's fine.
Attack for 3.
Okay, I'll take it. 15.
15, pass the turn.
Okay, end step. I will scry.
Sure. I've got some pressure down here. It's a nice, easy clock with that shock on turn 1. I know Corey has a Mystical Dispute in hand based on that turn 1 shock. And I'm just going to try to get him to tap out so I can resolve something better.
Okay, I'm going to scry, untap with this. And then I'm gonna go for a Teferi. I can't do this forever. I gotta play something.
So Teferi is really awkward here because he can bounce the borrower, and then I can't replay it on the end step. So I am going to attempt a fastest intervention for X equals 1 counter unless you pay 2.
All right, I'll go for that dispute. That was pretty obvious.
And I will expansion your mystical dispute and win this counter war.
Okay, yep, that is true. And I'll pass to you. Shields are down. Nissa would probably take over this game here.
That's what I have because I always have Nissa. If there's one thing we've only done versus live.
You do win with Nissa decks quite often, I have to say.
It's Island is our worst land, so and we don't have a 2-mana spell to play, as I've just demonstrated. Attack for 6.
Okay, I'm at 9.
Yeah,
so I already have to deal with the board.
Yes, you're staring down lethal right now.
That's not great. Well, I don't die with multiple plays here, so I guess we'll start with this because I need to draw some cards as well. We'll bounce that. That's not great. And then I'll pass to you. Yeah, Nissa is a scary card. Very scary. And the one thing I like about Kavartik's list is we have all these your end step fights because you have all these instant spells. So then, like, I'm forced to not counter them, and then you just keep doing that until I have to react, and then you get to Nissa. You know, that's very scary from the blue-white side.
Yeah. Okay, I am going to make green.
Okay.
And make this a 3/3.
Okay.
Then I will attempt a Nissa. Try to end this game.
Game is ended. Yeah, can't do anything.
Had you had like a Dovin's Veto there, I was going to get in a 6-point attack and then be able to Uro post-combat.
Yep.
And, have almost 4 cards to that.
Yep. And then if I ever deal with any of these, which I have to, like I was planning to like shatter next turn if I had the chance, but yeah, there was no way I was winning that one.
And I scribed that Brazen Borrower to the top, and it did exactly what I wanted it to do.
Yep.
It picked a counterfight exactly on the turn I was going to untap and have Nissa mana, so you couldn't really counter it. And then it forced you to tap out. I win that counter war with the intervention plus expansion.
Yep.
Untap Nissa, and the game just ends.
Yeah, and you put me in a rough spot because I really wanted to just cast Teferi. And I really also wanted to just dispute the growth spiral, and I would have if I didn't draw Omen and only have 2 lands. So like it was very risky, and then I had a bunch of 3-mana planeswalkers. So not being able to tap out there was quite bad. Birth of Melitis is something I need where I can maybe block the token for 1 turn from protecting one of my planeswalkers, but that didn't work out that game. We're going to head to the sideboard to see what kind of tools Chris Kavartik and Paulo Vitor, Dama Rosa, and Andre Strosky have for this matchup. Don't go anywhere. We'll be right back. This sideboard is quite odd to me, and I was really agonizing of what to bring in here, and I do not know the answer, so I'm sure Paulo and Strosky can tell me what a fool I am for sideboarding out in or out some things. I'm taking out some Wraths. I'm leaving in 1, which probably can't be correct, but I want to be answering your stuff on a 1-for-1 basis, but Nissa lands could throw it over the edge for me, so that's why I left in 1. Dispute seems like a no-brainer to me. That card seems great. And then Archon of Sun's Grace actually seems quite strong in this matchup. Trimming 1 Birth of Melitis because it's not great, but you do need to search up the plan. So, what do you got?
On my side, I am leaning into this flash game plan, so I'm cutting my Reclamation. It's really hard to resolve this card. And going for a big explosion is also really difficult. So I'm trimming some of those. Expansion is nice as like counterspell. You want a couple explosions in the late game as something to draw to, but you don't want to flood on that kind of card. Bringing in a bunch of counterspells. Depending on how Archon plays, I might bring in a Fry for game 3. There's 1 Fry in the sideboard, but I don't think it's necessary to do preemptively.
I like that you're already assuming the game 3. I'm on the play. We got this now. Yeah.
Eventually, it just sticks in your mind.
That's true. All right, Dan, what do you think? You got any questions for us?
Yeah, we got Kip14 who asks, why do you think there aren't as many Team Unified events anymore?
Team Unified is where you can only play one of whatever, right?
Yeah, your 3 decks stacked on top of each other have to be a legal deck.
Yeah, that's because I think it is the stupidest format I have ever heard of in my life. Let that go on record. I mean, it's just every team gets put in this cookie cutter molds. They end up playing the same 3 combinations, and then coverage has got to be horrible because all you're seeing is these 3 decks playing against these 3 decks. I think it's really interesting to play non-unified team events, even if it's all the same format, like we're going to see on the SCG Tour here, or if it's the standard modern thing, because everybody brings what they want. Like me and Austin Collins and Eli Cassis at a GP that was non-unified modern all played Urza. We were the Urza squad. You know, you get the burn squads, you get the ramp squads, you get people that just play everything because that's what they have. I think unified tournaments is just the worst thing ever.
My issue with them is mainly to do with sideboard cards. Like, if you were to play a unified standard event, where are you putting your mystical disputes?
Yeah.
It's just like really annoying that you don't get to play a good sideboard.
Yeah. Well, you should put them in the blue deck, but
sure. But everybody's playing blue decks.
That's true.
Honest.
That's true. Yeah.
We got what 11 out of 16.
Probably.
In Worlds are playing islands in their deck.
Yeah.
You know, blue is a good color.
Do you like unified formats at all, or
I think they can be fun. I like the puzzle of it.
Yeah.
Right. I don't actually like the tournament side of it because once you solve the puzzle, everybody is generally on that same level.
Yeah.
And you really need a very specific format. Like if you were to play unified standard, right? Somebody's playing mono red on every team
for sure,
100% of the time. You know, and you're probably playing like Azorius control and Temur Reclamation and just trying to figure out how to divvy your counter spells.
Yeah.
Right. So I don't think that's particularly interesting. Like maybe I guess there's fewer counter spells and Jeskai fires.
Yeah.
But then your lands get messed up.
Yeah, and you might throw a Jund sacrifice in there. I mean, like, yeah, those kind of iterations you could really lean in. Like, wow, that's cool. You know, they decided to play 2 of the decks we've been seeing all day, and then they added Jund sacrifice.
Yeah.
Woo!
And if you were going to do it in Pioneer, you know, you got a Breach player, an Inverter player, and a Mono Red Aggro player.
Pioneer is reasonable. You know, I mean, I could see that, like, being somewhat okay because there's more decks. But in a format where there's 5 decks right now that are creaming to the top, and there's, like, maybe 2 or 3 others that are, like, okay.
Maybe you have somebody playing Delirium instead of Inverter because they really like Delirium. But that's about it.
Yeah.
Like, you know, it's pretty scripted what you do. Sometimes solving that puzzle is...
Where you're putting your dampening spheres in Pioneer, you know,
With cyber cards, it gets really bad.
Agreed. So, yeah, I just hope that's a dying art, and I would assume by the trend that I've just visually been noticing, I'm thinking that is just done. It was a good experience. It was just, it didn't work. The coverage was bad. Every time, I've never played one, but every time I've watched one, I was just like, wow. I don't have interest in this because it's the same 3 decks. Yeah. Let's take one more question, though, Dan, before we get started.
Yeah, so I actually sent a poll out to chat. Of all the 5 of the archetypes, which one do they think will be best at Worlds?
Yeah.
48% of people who voted think Azorius Control is actually going to do the best.
Oh, God. I said it once and I'll say it again. Our chat is the smartest chat out of any Twitch chat known to man.
Corey, that's not what you said.
I said it. I've said it. Hey, you're the one. Who are they going to pick? The person who hates fries or the guy who loves blue-white control? Let's go.
I said I love fries.
Said he hated fries.
Okay. All right.
Surprisingly, no one picked Jeskai Fires. Like, big fat goose egg.
Interesting. Yeah, it's hard to go against Gabriel Nassif and Raphael Levy, 2 Hall of Famers, but
what? Don't you like free spells, chat? What's wrong?
I'm kind of with Twitch chat here. I actually like these 2 decks quite a bit.
Yep. Same.
And I think Mono Red could surprise people because I think that deck's better than you think it is as long as you put more lands in it.
I think Glukowski could surprise people. I don't know about Jund, but
after that match,
you're on it.
I mean, he's a master, so he could win with a ham sandwich. But it certainly felt like a ham sandwich. So
okay,
you know what else feels like a ham sandwich?
Your hand?
Yes.
Yeah.
It is heinous. 6 blue cards, 1 non-blue land.
Mine's a sandwich, and it's a very good sandwich if I can draw correctly. Is it worth it?
Just mulligan.
I don't know.
Every time I have to sit there and think about a hand for more than 20 seconds, I just mulligan.
Yeah, you're right. I didn't have blue.
I totally pitched that.
I actually didn't follow that advice one time last week in Philadelphia, and I wish I had mulliganed the hand.
Yeah.
It was game 3 on camera against Dan Jessup, Banned Spirits against Sultai Delirium, and I kept a 4-lander without white, Collected Company, Spectral Sailor, Selfless Spirit.
Okay.
And I thought, I need to draw white mana, and then I'm going to be kind of flooded, but I have my 2 best cards when I'm flooding, and we'll have a reasonable curve here. And I drew 2 more non-white lands in the first 3 draws and just got obliterated.
You got slopped up, huh?
It's just unlikely that those cards are going to be relevant because they have so much discard and removal. So,
Yep.
the idea that I was going to actually use those cards to prevent me from flooding was a pipe dream.
Yep. Hey, I feel that. Okay, this hand is much better. I think we actually get rid of this, which kind of seems silly, but I think it is the best card right now.
Okay.
Or the worst card, however way you look at it.
Just being really generous here, putting his best card on the bottom.
Yeah, well, I actually did. I did put the best card on the bottom.
Okay, I'm going to put this card on the bottom, seeing as it is slow and clunky.
Put your best card on the bottom. We're playing fair here, so your turn.
Let's scry.
Okay.
And I'm going to bottom that.
Okay. I'm going to draw. Oh, Motobug drew it. Your turn.
So what is the opposite of a ham sandwich?
Shock to 18.
A piece of broccoli?
The opposite of the ham sandwich is split pea soup.
Sure.
There's always that super sandwich thing.
Oh, okay. I see where you're getting at.
Done?
Yeah.
All right, end step, Omen.
All right. I will respond with a growth spiral.
Okay.
And I will shock again.
Okay.
60.
Representing the counter spell, eh?
That's because I have it.
Oh. Well,
Tap out for a card.
I definitely don't want this. Yeah, and the correct thing to do from that side is always take 2, so I do not think it's out of your range. I'm actually going to put this on bottom 2. I can't cast it, so we're just going to draw. Done?
Yep.
All right, draw. Land go.
Okay, I will cast an Uro.
Uro. Uro. All right, that resolves.
No land. I'm at 19.
Okay.
You're up.
That's not staying in play, though, cheater.
Oh, I just cast it.
All right, end step, I'll thirst for meaning.
Sure.
All right, draw 1, 2, 3. I do not really want to discard 2 cards, so I'll just discard Elspeth Conquers Death. That's what the rules say. All right, so now we're going to draw. And now I think it's a turn where we kind of want to go here-ish. Maybe not. You don't have a land, so I think I just want to hold back, maintain my position here, and yeah, we're just going to go with the temple. And I'll keep that on top. Why not? Your turn. This is the spot I love to be in the control is when you don't have lands, you're kind of just incentivized to go first. And sometimes it's correct, sometimes it's not, but it just feels like you should go first. Am I right, Ross?
Pass the turn.
All right. Talked him into it. All right, we're not going to sack our Omen here. I'm not really feeling that. Go.
End step, intervention for 2.
I don't want you to get out of this, so we're going to go like that.
Uro.
All right, that resolves. I don't like countering the front half very often. even though it does
Shock for
kinda dig
this.
you
So I
out of
gained
this.
1 overall.
Yep.
I'm at 20.
Yep, 20, right?
Pass the turn.
All right. We're just going to untap. Now, going to play a Teferi.
Dispute.
So knows I can pay for it, but you could have I pay for it and then get Nissa'd here, and that's not great. So I think I just have to let that happen. Pass to you.
Got him. You have how many cards?
4.
I will play an Uro.
Okay, resolves.
Go to 23.
Yep.
Shock for the steam vents. Go to 21.
21, okay.
Pass the turn.
All right, we're still going to untap. All right, we're going to take 2.
You're at 18.
18, and we're going to try this again. Teferi. It's less incentivized to counter the last one, just because I had another one.
Cards in hand?
3.
Yeah, I'll dispute again.
Okay, I'm gonna dispute back.
Yeah, Teferi resolves.
All right. So now do we want to tick up or draw a card here? I think I would like to draw. We'll bounce this, draw, and I played a land, pass to you.
You have 4 in hand now?
Yep. Teferi, protect me!
Okay. So at this point, staring down a Teferi, we're sort of just in Haymaker mode.
Yep.
Which is fine because I've used all my counter spells, so. And I got reasonable. I got 1 for 1 with all of them at least.
Yep.
You have 5 in hand,
4.
4 in hand, one of which is Omen of the Sea,
Yep.
another of which is either Absorb or Veto, I have to assume.
Perhaps.
So let's start by committing our card that gains value against a counterspell. Play 5/5 Crisis. Trigger.
5/5 Crisis, huh? Definitely scary, but I can't really let that resolve, so.
Okay, so I'm going to gain 2. You're going to gain 3.
Yep. I'll go to 21. You go to 23.
And I'll pass the turn.
Yeah, this matchup just feels pretty scary. I mean, you just have so many ways to outvalue me here. All right, we're going to start with a Omen.
Yep.
Scry 2. Is that even that good of a card? I guess it's fine. Draw. Tick up.
You split this guy there?
I did, yep, top, bottom. And then we're going to Omen again.
Yep.
Scry.
Not sure why all these omens are happening main phase.
In case I have a Narset or something to play. And I still haven't played a land yet. We're going to go... Top. Cast a castle and pass to you.
Three in hand.
3 in hand.
Okay. So our plan here is just going to be trying to run Corey out of counter spells. The only question for me is how to best sequence all of my stuff so that you know, I resolve the cards I want to resolve.
Mm-hmm.
And let's see, we have an Uro and how many cards in our graveyard? This is 7, so we're ways away from escaping twice.
They're legendary, though.
Yeah, but if you counter one. Even so, I think we're going to have to start with the card that Corey knows about and try to escape one. So let's escape an Uro, and I guess we'll leave the other 2 since...
Okay, that resolves.
Matters. Maybe has a removal spell, so that's 5. I will gain 3.
Okay.
Go to 26.
Yep.
Draw a card. Put a land on the battlefield.
Okay.
That's an interesting one. I think it is ultimately bad, though. Yes.
Okay. Scrying to the bottom.
And I'm also going to cast a Brazen Borrower.
Crazy B. I'll dispute that.
Okay. Pass the turn.
All right, end step, I'll scry 2. We knew the 1, and still fine to keep that. Bottom the other. Draw. Tick up. Now, think I'm going to go with an Omen.
Yep.
Keep this. Draw. Play a Narset.
Yep.
Activate. 1, 2, 3. Oh, 4. So that card works, right?
Yep.
Multiple decent cards here. We'll go with the Dovin's Veto, even though there's a lot less value when you know about it. Play my land for the turn. And this is interesting because I want to protect Narset. It's just such a good card right now. But I also don't want you to get down a Nissa. So I think I just have to say go.
You have 2 in hand.
2 in hand.
One of which is Dovin's Veto.
Yep.
Okay, I am going to attack the Narset.
Okay, you go to 29.
Yep. Don't get to draw a card.
Yep, 29 to 21. Narset's down.
Narset is down. Okay. Then I will play an Omen of the Sea.
Okay. Deck plays that too, huh? I guess they all did. Never mind.
Yeah. Just a good Magic card.
True dat.
2 in hand, one of which is Veto.
Yep.
Don't think either of those is good.
Okay.
Bottom both. And pass the turn.
You get to draw a card though.
Oh, yeah.
Yep.
That's how that works.
Yep. Okay, done.
That kind of changes things.
Okay.
I think if my plan is just to run you out of threats, I think making you veto here instead of getting to scry with Omen is pretty good.
Okay.
So I am going to just tap out for a 3-point explosion aimed at the Teferi. With me drawing cards.
With you or me drawing cards?
I'd like to.
Definitely decides if I'd like to counter it or not.
Yeah.
All right, we'll counter it.
Okay, pass the turn.
All right. Untap. We will draw. Ooh, that's a good one. We're gonna bounce this. Draw. All right. Then we will play Teferi, tick up, and Dream Trawler. Go.
That's pretty good.
Not bad. You know, that's kind of why I always like playing 4 of that card, but there's only one here. It's the Lonely Trawler. I guess if you only need one. Matches are essentially untimed on Arena. I mean, they are timed, but it's really hard to time on Arena. I don't know if you play much, but... Yeah, now Nissa is not as bad as it was every other turn of the game. Like, it's manageable now. In fact, I can just crack back and kill it.
Maybe.
On board.
Oh no, the Teferi's dying.
Oh, okay. Well, then maybe not.
So we do have Nissa.
Okay.
And it's on 5. This is 8 mana. We can untap, go to 10 mana.
Okay. And another explosion.
Indeed I do.
Well, you sided out too.
So 10 mana is going to be for 6. Might as well just draw as many cards as I can. So I'll shock, go to 27.
Yep.
Float a green, untap, make this a 3/3.
Okay.
Or float 2 green, I mean. Then 4.
Okay.
2, 4, 6, 7. That's up to 11. Explosion for 7. Deal with the Teferi, draw 7.
That's quite good.
That 7.
That is definitely trouble.
And let's discard. I want to have a land for next turn, but I think I want it to be an untapped land, so I think I'm actually going to discard the Temple. I've got plenty of stuff to do.
Okay.
And I think I'll just discard the Growth Spiral since it's a low impact card.
Okay. Yeah, I feel heavily disadvantaged right now.
And I think I should discard the Arrow. It's just a slower Growth Spiral.
Yeah, exactly.
Yep.
Okay.
Pass the turn.
Upkeep, I'm going to scry because I really need a way to draw a card. That isn't it, but that is still a good enough card that I think I should keep it. Draw.
And when you tap out for Dream Trawler, you don't really expect to get Nissa into 7-point explosion.
That's true. That's true. Okay, I'm gonna attack this. Draw Omen. No. Okay.
So this is gonna go to 1. And you gain 5.
Yep. I'll go to 26. And I'll take 2. 24.
Yep.
And pass to you.
Draw.
Mm-hmm.
We have so many things that we can do.
Yeah, I'm scared. I'm scared to say the least. This seems like a pretty rough situation for me. Dream Trawler is only so good.
Let's make blue-green and Growth Spiral.
Okay.
I'll put this onto the battlefield and scry.
Okay.
Land to the bottom. Land for turn.
Okay. Okay.
We'll plus and what do I think I just want to do this.
Okay.
Attack for 6.
I will take 6.
Brings you to 18.
Yep.
And now I've got to figure out exactly what I want to do. So we have access to 2, 4, 6, 8, 9, 10, 15 mana.
That's it?
2, 4, 6, 11. So yeah, definitely worthwhile to Omen here. Guess we could even sack the other Omen. Yeah, let's sack this Omen.
Okay. I like that.
Both to the bottom.
All right. All right.
And play another Omen.
Sure. A lot of things.
Both to the top.
Okay. That's not good.
And 3, 6. Do I have enough still? So this is 2.
10 mana.
Is no longer enough. So I think we have to wait a turn. I guess we can just try to tempo you. You can go.
Okay. I'm going to... Scry?
Yep.
Don't want those. Untap.
On your upkeep,
Yep.
I will float a green and petty theft to Dream Trawler.
Oh, I don't like that. I'm going to absorb that.
I will respond to the absorb, use the green floating, and petty theft to Dream Trawler.
That's pretty good. I'll respond by discarding.
That is fine. So these don't happen. You gain 3.
Yep. 21. Draw for my turn.
Yep.
Guess that's decent if you just don't have much. Yeah, all right. Your turn. We have an empty Dream Trawler here.
Intervention, counter unless you pay 8.
All right, your turn.
And now Corey's very dead.
Yeah, I kind of figured.
You're 21.
Yep.
2 green. Make this
Okay.
4 green. 5. Play another Nissa.
Okay.
Plus on this. Attack you for 12.
I will do nothing.
Brings you to 9.
Yep.
And pass the turn on your upkeep. I will petty theft the Dream Trawler.
That's pretty petty of you. All right. That goes to my hand.
You can off your turn.
Okay, I can block 1. 4 is going to get through and cancel 1 out. So I'm taking 9. I'm exactly at 9. I can't make a castle token. All right, we'll see what we can do. Dream Trawler.
You have 4 mana up.
Yep.
And then an intervention for 4.
All right, that was the only way we stay alive.
I have another Nissa.
All right, then I think we're exactly dead.
I also have a Brazen Bahar on it stuff.
All right. Stop hitting me. Stop hitting me.
So,
All right, well.
you saw the Temur deck win both styles of games there. I won a Flash game in game 1 and then won the Haymaker game once the Flash game didn't pan out in game 2.
Yeah.
And Nissa has been awesome.
Yeah, that didn't feel good. That didn't feel good at all. That deck looks nice. Well, I think we got some time. Let's play a pity game. You won this match, but let's try a pity game with me on the play here.
We'll retain the marbles. And
Yes. I'll be keeping those marbles over. That's the main thing. They may be winning, millions of dollars here in Hawaii, but the marbles are truly what it's all about. So, all right, you got a question, Dan, while we shuffle up here? Get ready for our pity match or pity game here.
Stop. He's already dead.
I was very dead, yeah. That didn't feel good.
So from F2P Engineer, if they were to make a white Titan, what would it do when it entered the battlefield, attacked, or escaped?
It would return a creature or a permanent with converted mana cost of 3 or less. And
So
then
we're thinking,
White's going to get shafted. It would gain 2 life and maybe destroy an artifact.
yeah, gain 2 life, sacrifice one of your own permanents.
Yeah.
Create a Pegasus.
Make a Shaheen Sarani token.
Yeah.
Specifically, they don't tell you what it is or what it does.
Yeah,
They're just punishing you by putting Shaheen in your presence.
Make a Shaheen Sarani token with -1, -0, so that you just get a 0/1 Shaheen Sarani human token. Yeah. I don't know, though. What would it be? I mean, it would have to be like green-white. It'd be like proliferate, gain life or something, you know? Like,
yeah, put a +1/+1 counter on target creature and proliferate, not even like every creature.
Yeah. All right, there's a very different hand, so we'll see if this has any chance, but I just don't... I mean, if your draws were anything like that, I just don't foresee it, I think this is a rough one. I'm wondering how they're feeling about it.
And I don't think it gets better for the other version of blue-white, right?
I don't know. I mean, it is a matchup I was afraid of, plain and simple. So,
well, this hand is very poor.
Yes.
Only land was a mountain.
But I feel like, landing spells, that's how I won. I went like 3 and 4 with it. 3 and 4 in the matchup. So, like, obviously not good, but sub 50%. But I'm still winning by just, like, realizing that I just had to jam. I just had to jam. If they had a bunch of counters, sure. If they didn't, I would win. Wasn't a huge skill approach on my end. It was like, well, I think this is bad. I should just play my cards.
It's interesting to me that, like, I think the way that Kavartek's list is built makes a lot of sense in that it doesn't really give you a place to go to.
Yeah.
Earlier we've seen Nightpack Ambusher sort of as the card that pivots into this flash plan, and Teferi can really shut that plan down and let you control it really well. Mm-hmm. But when you tap out and Teferi, and I respond, and that's your turn, and I untap a Nissa, suddenly you're just really far behind, and I get to play the Haymaker game. And that's what we saw.
But I mean, there is a counter to that as well. If I'm able to tick up Teferi and you attack Teferi down to 2, and then the next turn I'm able to go tick up Elspeth Conquer's Death, you still get my Teferi, but that is what I need, and I just didn't get it. I also had to discard the Elspeth Conquer's Death to Thirst for Meaning early. So maybe I made a mistake.
I think you're going to get your pity game. That
Thanks,
was
buddy.
another
Thanks
week
for mulliganing 2 perfect hands to really help me out here.
If you think I'm ever giving you anything here,
That's true. That's true.
you don't know. You never knew me at all.
So while Ross is shuffling up, Corey,
Yeah.
Thunderwunk was wondering, since you were playing the Wanderer in the previous control list,
Yeah.
how do you feel about that?
It doesn't seem great to me when I just think about the matchups it's good for. I mean, I guess it's got to be for... well, it's probably for Jeskai Fires, actually. Maybe. The static doesn't do anything for Jeskai Fires, but it does exile, one of the big plays. Exiles all their creatures. So it's probably for that matchup and maybe Jund. But as a one-of, it seems reasonable. Maybe it's good against red, too. The static's good against red, and you can exile Annex. So I would have to test it, Thunderwonk, but yeah, I don't know. I know you're in my Discord channel, so we can talk about it more in there.
Definitely going to keep this one, and I'm just
Okay.
wondering how exactly I play it. This card is 100% going back. It's the worst card in my deck.
Nissa?
The Nissa might go back.
There's a lot of mana.
Yeah, kind of think it does. I just don't have any ramp. I don't have any way to set up for it.
Okay, I'm going to scry. I don't need that. I'll pass to you.
Pass.
All right. Your go.
Pass.
Pass.
Shock to 18.
Okay.
And pass.
Gotta keep him guessing.
Yeah, this is some nice pass-go magic.
This is the first game I've had a spiral. The spiral's been really important.
Pass.
I will go to 16.
All right.
Pass the turn.
All right. Pass.
On your end step, I will intervention for 2.
For 2, eh? So that's just draw 2 cards.
Yep. Little inspiration.
All right, you got it.
It's like, have you ever played the pricing game Hole in 1 or 2? Bob gives them the inspiration putt.
I haven't. And I'm a Price is Right fanatic. I don't know if I've seen that one.
How did you not know
Where they
about
putt for the
that?
car.
Oh, no, I don't remember a putting game, to be honest.
Really?
Uh-uh.
Yeah, so they set up a bunch of the small prizes, the $3 consumer goods.
Yeah.
Consecutive lines on this long putting green, and you have to it's 6 of them, and you have to put them in ascending order of price. And as soon as you get one wrong, that's the line that you putt from.
Oh, okay.
And
okay. Yeah. I remember that. Yeah.
And Bob we used to take a putt from the back line because he was an avid golfer.
Yeah.
Every time as an inspiration.
Yeah. Oh, I've seen Happy Gilmore. I know he's a golfer.
Yeah. and then they would take the first putt, and then you'd hit the thing, and it turns over and says hole in 1 or 2. You get
it.
You get two chances at it.
I like it.
I am just going to play an island and pass the turn.
I want to make a 1/1.
Ooh, I think he's found a plan.
I got a plan.
The old Castle Ardenvale flash counterspell plan.
Yep.
I think it's pretty good.
We're going to find out.
I'm scared.
Good.
Especially because I've shot a
Shaheen.
couple times. I'm at 15.
All right. And Temple, Scry. We probably want to keep that one. I'll keep that one. Say go.
Okay, I'll scry 2.
Okay. This game is very different than our other games.
Yeah. Top.
Okay. Scary.
He's got to deal with that blazing fast clock.
Exactly. I'll make a token.
I will go spiral.
Okay.
I will shock first events.
Okay, you're at 13.
Yep.
My turn.
Yeah.
All right. Another castle, and I'll get in there.
I'll go to 11.
Your turn.
End step, petty theft to Shaheen token.
That's petty. It's really petty. Sure.
And then I'll play Brazen Borrower.
Sure.
Go to my turn?
Yep.
Attack for 3.
Okay, 17.
Why couldn't you have shocked once this game? Real help.
Uro. Okay.
And we'll gain 3 to 14.
Yep.
Put a temple onto the battlefield.
Okay.
Scry that to the bottom. And pass the turn.
Make a token.
Yep.
Untap. Attack.
12.
12. Okay. Let's see. Do we want to do something now? I think maybe I want to cast a Banishing Light.
That resolves.
All right, I'll banish that. Your turn.
Uh, 4/4 Crisis trigger.
Trigger on the stack. I will absorb.
Dispute the absorb.
I will veto that.
Sure. I go to 14 and draw 2.
Or that gets absorbed,
Yeah.
right?
No.
Okay, yeah.
It's not resolved.
So I'm at 20, you go to 14? Yep.
Yep. Have I played my land this turn? I think I did.
I don't know. I'll trust you either way.
Chat?
What happened?
Have I played my land this turn?
Pretty certain you did.
Yeah, I thought I did too. Okay.
Perfect.
Yes.
All right. So I don't think you have a dispute. Otherwise, you could have just cast it. I'll attack for 2.
I'm at 12.
All right. And 4, 5, 6. Dream Trawler.
Yeah. Picked a good spot.
Your turn.
I did get to see 2 cards there.
Yep. Hoping you didn't have it.
Probably had a counterspell back anyway.
Probably. Got off to make a Shaheen human token for a little bit to slam the dreamiest of cards of them all.
Miss.
Yep. That resolves.
Not in great shape here.
Good, good.
The Dream Trawler was rough. If you just played some Planeswalkers, the Nisses would have been good.
Yep.
But the one Dream Trawler after all this, in that one turn, you have like 5 in hand?
3 cards.
3. Okay, not
Yep.
that many. How are we going to play this? I will untap this island.
Okay. Attack. A block.
So 2, 4, 6, 7, 8 mana. Let's scry 1.
Okay.
Bottom that.
Okie dokie.
Pass the turn.
All right. Untap. Drop.
Yep.
Trigger. Move to my attacker's phase.
Yep.
I will attack everything at Nissa. Trigger.
Trigger on the stack.
Okay.
Blue, blue, green, float blue, bounce the Banishing Light.
Float blue, eh? Okay.
Blue, green, cast Brazen Bar, or no mana floating.
Okay.
Your trigger is good.
Trigger. All right. You may block.
And there.
Okay.
So this goes to 5. You gain 5.
I gain 5. Yep. Go
Brings
to
you to 22.
25.
I do it 17 from.
And then I absorbed.
Oh, yeah, I missed
Yep.
the Absorb. Okay.
25.
So 25 to 12.
All right.
Vanishing Light now for Nissa, but I've dealt with the Dream Trawler.
Yes, you did.
And I have a 3/3 that'll contain the castle.
All right. I'm going to go with Archon of Sun's Grace
Ugh,
and Elspeth Conquers Death.
that's,
Significantly better, am I right? I thought so.
that's probably going to do it.
All right, your turn.
Okay, I need to draw one of my 2 expansion explosions.
Yeah, Archon of Sun's Grace in this kind of matchup does seem like a nice little way to pivot as well. Jam that on 4, you know. A body with these stats have just been notoriously really good. You know, Restoration Angel, 4 mana, 3/4 flyer. With a little upside, always pretty good.
I could have been better.
Good. Excellent.
Castle Vantress.
Okay.
Pass the turn.
All right, we're going to untap. We're going to draw Tick Up.
Yep.
Now, I think we want to lead on a Teferi.
Yep.
All right. Now, we'll bounce. What? Yeah, we'll bounce.
Float a blue.
Okay. I will declare attacks.
Yep.
Attack for 6.
Brings me to 6. You gain 5.
5, yep. Up
Brings
to
you to
30. And I will
Oh,
go.
sorry. I was supposed to use the blue floating scry.
Oh, sure.
Yeah.
Yeah, whatever. You
Yeah.
Yeah.
I scry 2.
scry away. I'm going to thirst while you're doing that. 1, 2, 3. We'll discard Shatter and Land. And pass to you.
I'll scry 2 again.
Okay.
Already know I'm leaving this one on top.
Okay, that good.
But that land beneath it can go away. I don't think
Okay.
it's going to be good enough, but might as well try.
Fair.
Play this island you know about.
Okay.
So I have 3, 6, 11 mana. So I can do this for 5. Yeah. 5-pointer at the Archon.
Boink.
Yeah. Couldn't kill the Archon without playing in Dispute.
Yep.
I did want to Nissa into it, but I didn't want to get it Vanishing Lighted. And then the Elspeth Conquers Death going up to 2 really messes with the math and everything.
Oh, yeah, it really does.
But
yeah.
yeah, that was, I mean, I did
You mulligan to 5, yeah.
But
I would say I do not feel advantaged in this matchup from those 3 games, though. And honestly, I probably sideboarded. After playing with this card, there's probably some merit to be playing all of them. Maxing out on that card.
just because the games are going to go reasonably long, and it eventually becomes a pretty cheap threat that you can play and hold up a good amount of counter magic.
Yeah, or like we saw, I play that into an Elspeth Conquers Death. Like, I never wanted to Wrath, and I drew 1 Shatter. So I think, in hindsight, I should take out all the Shatters. I should bring in all the creatures. I think that's kind of the trade. When you bring in 1, you bring in... Or against Mono Red, you probably want both. But,
Sure.
Yeah.
And especially here, Archon contains Nissa, being a 3/4.
Yeah, exactly.
So,
for a little bit, yeah. I mean, Nissa's static definitely goes over the top of it a little bit, but
Sure.
that's the problem is you can't sideboard for every facet of the angles that deck attacks from, you know?
Yeah, no, I was very impressed by this deck. You know, I also like the look of this list on paper. I think it matches well against a lot of the other archetypes.
I agree.
Especially against stock Temur Rec and against the stock Azorius control lists. Should be do well against Jeskai Fires as well.
Oh, yeah. I bet this crushes Jeskai Fires.
So I like the way that's matched up against a lot of things.
Yeah, I like Thirst of Meeting, too. Yeah. I actually
that's
like
a powerful card. You know, Thirst for Knowledge saw a lot of play in Standard back in the day. But to me, these are the 2 front runners, the two unique deck lists.
Yep.
You know, they you know, I think everybody figured out that the metagame was around these decks. Maybe Kavartek gets a little punished. I think he's weaker to Mono Red.
Yeah.
You know, it doesn't have any Dragonfires, any of the Sweeper in his main deck.
Game 1 seems like an auto lose.
Yeah.
Auto lose.
So that might be rough for him if he runs into too many of those Mono Red players early.
Yeah.
But if he can dodge them and they fall by the wayside, then he's in really good shape.
I agree.
This deck is, I think, a little bit more well-rounded.
Yeah.
But to me, those 3 players are your 3 front runners.
It's going to be interesting to watch. It is going to be interesting to watch. I got to say, I believe the games start tomorrow.
They do.
Yeah.
It's at 11 a.m. Pacific time, so that's going to be 2 o'clock Eastern, 9 a.m. local time if you're in Hawaii.
Yeah, no kidding.
In wonderful, wonderful Hawaii.
Only.
All right, let's thank some subs, and we'll talk about everything before we head out here.
Yeah, let's name some subs. So we got Master Marshmallow, 13-month resub.
Nice.
Risen Phoenix 1, new subscriber.
All right.
Ellie the Duck, 17-month resub. Oh, God, that was so bad.
You sound great.
And Craig H.A. with a 9-month Tier 2 resub.
Tier 2?
Tier
Wow.
2.
I've never gotten one of those, ever. All right.
They just don't love you as much as they love me.
That's definitely true. Thank you to everyone for those subs. And like Ross was saying, make sure to check out Worlds this weekend. Coverage is going to be awesome. I really think they're going to be going the extra mile to bring us everything. We got Star City's own Cedric Phillips that's going to be commentating there for any fans of his. I know I'm a fan. Plus, we get to see one of my favorite commentators is Brian Kibler. So get to see Kibler and a star-studded crew of commentators as well. So check that out tomorrow. Don't forget, before we go, we are sponsored by Carnox Gaming Chairs. If you want a chair, head over to carnox.com/SCG. You'll get 10% off. And that's not the only place you're going to get 10% off. Go to Coalesce. Did I say that right?
Coalesce.
Why do I always get I want to add like an R, I think.
You want to start saying Coriolis, and that's just not the same thing.
That's my brand coming up, okay? So
CoralineApparel.shop.
yeah, check out Coalesce. You can get 10% off as well by going to coalesce.shop.
CoalesceApparel.shop.
CoalesceApparel.shop.
First time I've ever messed up a plug, ever, I promise you. And then you can use promo code SCG, get 10% off of that as well. And don't forget, we are sponsored by Ultimate Guard. If you want these katana sleeves, which I do, I think they're nice.
Ultimate Guard's the only place to get them.
Yeah, is it? Wow.
They make them.
Really?
It's their sleeve.
I didn't know it was the only place. Maybe they outsourced or something, but yeah.
It's probably not the only place. I'm just...
Probably not. But it is,
Don't
it is
listen to me
today.
either.
It is today. But also they got other cool stuff like the anti-theft backpack as well. I really like the look of that too.
The
Kinda like,
Ammonite backpack.
yeah, they're nice. They're nice. All right, everybody, I want to thank you so much for watching this week. We will be back. I'm talking like Dan over here.
Hey.
We are professionals.
Yeah, absolutely. We will be back next week with more versus live action. So for me, Ross, and Dan, we'll see you next week.